Okay. Give me 5 minutes and I'll show you my year. First off, you have to understand that for all intents and purposes, I am nothing. I come from nowhere. Well, I come from something, my parents, but only in the literal sense. They have had just as much influence on me as anyone else I've encountered this year. I was born from a mix of coincidence and lust, and raised by the collaboration of an entirely apathetic population. Takes a village, my mother used to say, but it's much more than that. Nobody really realizes the effect they have on people until it's too late, or sometimes not at all. I've spent my last year as a child questioning, listening, and trying to think, really think, about what and who and where I am. I've spent a year learning from every person I meet, with every intention of sharing it with everyone I can. Honestly, the only conclusion I've really come to is we are shaped by 5-minute conversations. Every temporary relationship we've ever had is a piece of a puzzle. It's a process. It's the few minutes of connection between you and someone else. And for those moments, you are building something special. You are building, changing, affecting each other, constantly breaking down your old self and adding to a new one. We are museums, constantly switching out what art we put on display. We start out as these balls of dough, like the ones I saw in the bread factory on vacation when I was 6. We are completely separate and individual, and every few minutes since then, people or things or experiences are taking little pieces and replacing them with their own. Every person I have ever talked to has at least some tiny piece of me. Everyone is a part of everyone they know. An English professor who waits tables on the side advised me after I ordered dessert, "Write what you know." A homeless kid trying to bum a spare smoke had informed me exactly 1 week earlier that everything you think you know, 1 billion other people have known before. I guess that means we're all copies. We are all copyright infringement. We are all reblogs. And I think I'm okay with that. Just because someone else has thought like me doesn't make it any less valid. Just means I have to share more of my dough, even if it isn't all original. I'd gladly give every piece away if it meant that people would stop being such spitwads to each other. "Nothing personal," said the rude checkout girl. "Actually, it is pretty personal. Everybody's fucked up, but that gives everyone something that they understand." A redhead I knew once for an hour showed me her scars in exchange for a cup of coffee. When I asked her about them, all she said was, "It's the same shit, different scars." I didn't understand until I did. Her scars were the same as his scars, which were the same as her scars. They were all manifested differently, but if we all chopped up our arms, where would we be? "I hurt myself because other people hurt," she continued. It reminded me of a boy I spent time with in the designated smoking area behind a shopping center. He told me, "People are more complicated than love songs. It's like quicksand. The moment you realize things aren't what you expected is a single moment too late to step away." The man behind me in line at the gas station didn't seem to think that when he laughed and said, "I'll follow that girl to the end of the world." "I wish I knew what that felt like," said the shy one after the sorority barbecue. She didn't even notice me walking up to her. She was too fixated on the couple sitting 10 yards away. I gave her a kiss on the head and told her she was the most beautiful person I had ever seen, because an older guy I knew for a train ride once disclosed, "That's the real way to make a girl happy." I hope she remembered that she truly was beautiful. I spent a year listening. I spent a year cultivating 5-minute relationships. It didn't matter that I may not see the person again. It didn't even matter that I'd never knew most of their names. What mattered is that I built a story with each person I spoke to. And now, their dough is yours too.